All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Steve Malzberg Show, and joining us right now is the man that you moments ago heard give a wonderful speech at the NRA Leadership Forum, Dr. Ben Carson. Hello, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for doing this in such close proximity. I know after I give a speech, I usually like to relax a little bit, but I really do appreciate your time as always. Great speech. Great speech. So many things impressed me. You know, at the end, you quoted Thomas Hobbes, and you talked about how in the 17th century, he said that the people of America will never have to worry about tyranny because they have guns. But earlier, you referenced tyranny, saying that there's nothing more terrifying than a group of tyrants who have arms. Do you fear that this country might one day, if we keep going in the current direction, confront that horrific eventuality?
Well, if we lose sight of the reason for the Second Amendment and we begin to relax, we cannot relax even one bit. We can't give any ground on that issue. And all you have to do is look historically at other nations where tyrants have come in and decimated the population. And what do they always do first? They always get rid of the weapons.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. And of course, here we have a president right now, and if we don't change, direction, the next president might continue. He's trying to circumvent the Congress because the will of the people is not for more gun control. It's the opposite. So banning ammunition, closing down gun shops that are legitimate using some convoluted law that the Justice Department has come up with. I mean, these are all big red flags, are they not?
They are huge red flags. And, we the people are getting pretty upset about it. We got to manage to get our representatives to be as upset as we are, because they're going to have to manifest some courage here. Because if we don't, we have an administration that will just keep pushing. They'll say, well, how far can I go? I'm going to keep going until they stop.
Yeah, well, that's not the way we want it to go. You also talked about, Doctor, a power greater than you, and you say that you could do all things through Christ, and you got a great applause for that, and I applaud you for doing so. Let me ask you this: where are you? Because you and I have talked, over and over and over again, and you've said kind of that what I've gotten from our multiple conversations is if it's meant to be, if God wills it, if I feel it, or I may not feel it, but I might get the calling. Where are you? Because two Republican candidates have declared. Reportedly, Marco Rubio goes Monday. Hillary, of course, is coming out on Sunday. Reportedly, where and when might you, if it's going to be yes, when could we expect an answer from you?
The first week in May.
No, that's a couple of weeks. And do you have a pretty good idea on which way you're leaning?
I can just tell you that the things that I look for are how strong is the financial support, and it seems to be very strong. So it's looking quite positive.
Yes, because your presidential, correct me if I'm wrong, but your presidential exploratory committee has raised more than $2 million in just 28 days of activity. Is that right?
That's correct.
Well, that's pretty good. And yes, you've always said that it depends on the level of support and what the people want. So from those numbers and from what you just said to me, it looks pretty good. That means that if I were a betting man, you would tell me to go to Vegas and put more down that you will run than down that you wouldn't run?
Yeah, I think that would be a reasonable thing to do.
All right.
I would hope you would not lose your money.
All right. Well, good. I'm glad you told me that. I really am, because I admire the heck out of you, and I value our relationship, sir. And I appreciate what you're doing. But let me just ask you one more question. You've seen what the media did to Ted Cruz. I mean, from day one, but especially after he announced. You've seen what Rand Paul has gone through. And they've done it to you. They've done it to you with,
Yeah, I'm already used to that.
Yeah. So, but can you? I mean, are you resolved to the fact that you will fight back, that you will interrupt, that you will not take it, that you will call a dumb question, and not be intimidated?
Well, did you see my interview yesterday with Cuomo?
On CNN. No, you did very well. I wasn't surprised. I was impressed. Yes.
I've come to an understanding of the tactics that are used. And I think there is a way to fight back. You don't have to necessarily be nasty about it, but there is a way to do it that shows where you're coming from and exposes where they're coming from.
Yep, well, that's the way to do it. What'd you think of Rand Paul's performance, or confrontations? You want to weigh in on that at all?
Other than to say that everybody's personalities will be manifested over these next many months. And, the people will have an opportunity to determine which are the ones that they most closely identify with. I say the more differences, the better. Because the real answers are going to be the ones that actually work to solve our problems. And my goal is to make sure that we have the very best possible candidate out there. Whether it's me or whether it's somebody else, I want the best candidate because we cannot afford to lose.
Okay, one final question, but it goes back to what. But if you decide to make me win my Vegas bet, then you're going to feel that you're the best candidate, right?
I'm certainly going to work toward providing the American people with a choice that they will be enthusiastic about.
Great. Hey, Doctor, thank you so much for doing this at this time. I really appreciate it, and please, we look forward to speaking to you soon.
Always good to be with you.
Thank you very much. All right, folks, and be sure to get your copy of Dr. Ben Carson's New York Times #1 best-selling book, One Nation, What We Can All Do to Save America's Future, or go to newsmax.com/Ben, newsmax.com/Ben, and you will get your copy that way to get your free copy of One Nation.